Do you have a narcissistic daughter-in-law or son-in-law? If they are still with your son or daughter, it's extremely hard being on the outside, looking in and wanting to help your son or daughter out and not being able to help them out. Now, once you're aware of narcissistic abuse, this can be any family member or friend that you can recognise is now in an abusive relationship and you want to help out. This video is more aimed at son or daughter-in-laws and grandchildren, but it will also help. There is advice in here that will help if your friend is with a narcissistic partner, as this is most often one of those relationships where you cannot go no contact. You cannot do the grey rock with the narcissist, as this will mean losing touch with your son or your daughter or your friends and your grandchildren altogether. You need to focus on long-term goals, which I will go into now. I'm Elizabeth Shaw. Welcome to this channel, which is all about the narcissistic personality disorder, to help give you understanding of those you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle whoever that narcissist is in your life if you cannot go no contact, and most importantly, ways to recover from narcissistic abuse. If you do like the information on this channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell if you want notifications of when new videos are being released. So when the narcissist is with somebody that you love, you need to focus on the long-term goals, which are 1, keeping the peace, 2, staying in touch with your child, your friend, your family member, and 3, staying in touch with your grandchildren. Narcissists are excellent gaslighters and manipulators. Anything you will say will be taken as criticism and held against you and used against you, as will any action. They are also excellent at triangulation, so try to avoid situations where you are alone with the narcissist. Then your son or daughter or whoever it is in your life who is being manipulated by them will find it hard to believe the narcissist's realities when they are trying to claim that you have said something or you've done something, so that they're pulling that person away from you and onto their side, and they can then isolate them and cut them off from you and from supportive family and friends. It's incredibly hard when you want to protect those you love, especially when it's your son or your daughter and your grandchildren. You want to speak out. You want to help out. You want to make them see sense as to what is happening to them. Unfortunately, doing that only alienates you further from the people you are trying to help. You cannot go no contact, as that will most likely end up with you not seeing your family. And when you go no contact, those that are in these situations, as you will know if you've been in this situation, you then fear reaching back out. So they then fear reaching back out to those people that they have been isolated from. So what can you do? Again, you have to remember the long-term goals, that you are doing whatever necessary to stay in your children's lives, not to please the narcissist. You are doing this to stay in your friends, your family members' lives. So 1, take a step back. You might not agree. You might be able to see just how toxic it is. Do not get involved. As incredibly hard as that is, this can most likely lead to driving a bigger wedge between you and the people that you love, and the people turning towards the narcissist more and more for support, which if you've been in one of these relationships, you will know how that happens. If you haven't and you're a parent and this is your child, this is what happens. The more you speak up, the more the narcissist divides and conquers, the more they go to them for support and the less they go to you. 2, If you've got grandchildren, ask how the grandchildren are. If you don't get responses back, if you've already been isolated a bit, leave it be. Don't keep asking. Just ask on, and the same as if it's your children and your narcissistic ex has isolated you from your own children. Just ask them on birthdays, ask them on special days, ask them on Christmases. Don't push it. Just let them know that you are there. And when they're ready to communicate, they will. Number 3, if it's grandchildren, always ask if you can see them on birthdays and Christmases, whatever holiday it is that you celebrate. If you celebrate holidays, otherwise, whatever special occasion it is. If you've already been alienated, then still post that gift, still post that card. It's about the children, not how the parents feel about you at that moment. Number 4, again, if you've already been alienated from your own child, still ask now and again how they are. If you've already been alienated from your own friends, still post the cards and the gifts on special occasions. Still just send them. Don't go overboard on sending messages once a month. Just send them a message. It just lets them know that you are still there. So when they are ready, when they do have that light bulb moment and recognise what is happening to them, when they are ready, they will know that you have been there in the background. What they do with those messages at that time is up to them. At least they know you are there. Number 5, try to make amends with your own children. Listen to what they have to say. Do not criticise their choices. Do not criticise their other parent. Do not criticise their partners. The same if it other family members and other friends. Don't. And it's hard because you want to tell them what you can see, but people aren't always ready to listen to that. So just be there to listen to them. Give them that ear. Give them that support. Number 6, build any bridges by swallowing hard and apologising to the narcissist. Now, this is if the person is still with the narcissist and you've slowly been isolated. Yes, remember in the back of your mind, it is their games you are apologising for, and it feels hideous to do so. But you have to let the narcissist think that they are winning and they have control, even though that means going against things that you believe in and your values. You have to remember this route means you get to see your son, your daughter, your grandchildren, your friends, your other family members, and you're still able to see them and be there to help them out. Number 7, when your son or daughter or even grandchildren come explaining things to you, and if your friends come explaining things to you, listen and only listen. Yes, that is hard, but you need to say things to them like, it's a difficult situation. I'm here, whatever you want to do. I cannot advise you what you need to do. Younger grandchildren and older, if it's safeguarding issues, call the relevant authorities or organisations for advice. You need to show the people that you are on their side. By making up with the narcissist if you've been isolated, this helps you try and bring that relationship back together. It is difficult because you do have to apologise for their behaviours, but make out that it was your behaviour. So know in the back of your mind you are apologising for their behaviours, but doing what they do and twisting the words round for your advantage so that you can help your loved ones. They go all out to divide and conquer, as they fear that people will see the light and they don't want people to have others to support on to help escape them. Number 8, do not tell your loved ones how to handle the relationship. Don't tell them if it's your son and daughter. Don't tell them how to parent the grandchildren. If the narcissist is asking, do not tell them how to parent, even if they are asking for advice. This never ends well, especially with a narcissist, as they will take it as criticism. If it's your own son or daughter and you're offering advice, the narcissist will find ways to twist this around to alienate you from them. Also, do not advise them, even if they ask. I know I've said that twice, but it's really important. If the narcissist asks, do not advise them. Just say things like, you know your children, do what's best for you, is the only answer you need. Number 9, do not stop by unannounced. Number 10, don't try hard to be nice or over nice. Keep your distance, yet don't be rude. Number 11, do not criticise your daughter-in-law or your son-in-law or your friend's partner to them. Number 12, do not remark on how they live, as the narcissist will take this as criticism and will use it against you. Number 13, if you do fear for their safety, call Women's Aid, Men's Aid and ask for advice and support in your local area. Don't go running in to try and save them unless they are ready to leave. This will not end well. You will be further alienated. The narcissist will be able to treat them worse then, as they'll have no one to talk to or reach out to. If your son or daughter or friends or family members ask for help in leaving, help them leave. Just be there for them. It takes an average of 7 attempts for people to get out of this relationship. So some do get out on the first attempt, some take a lot longer. So as much as it'll hurt if they go back, stand by their choice and let them know that you are there for them, whatever they choose. As hard as it is when you want to step in and help them and fix it, people do have to learn for themselves. So just support them so that they know you'll be there whenever they need. Number 14, if your son or daughter leaves and wants help, or if your friend or family member leaves and wants help, help without judgment. No pressure, no I told you so's. If you tell them things like I told you so, it's going to make them feel a lot worse and they'll most likely go back. You do not want to cut yourself off from them because they are going through hideous mental abuse and sometimes physical abuse. Let them know you stand by them no matter what. This will make it far easier for them to leave. Number 15, if you'd like to see the grandchildren, you have to make it the narcissist's idea. As a narcissist believes they are always right and always above all others, we know they're not, but that's what they believe. So when they believe something to be their idea, it's a lot easier. So things like, oh, why don't you go and do this and I'll take care of the grandchildren for you. Number 16, you have to make the narcissist believe that they are in control, which I know is hard to do and makes you feel awful. Stay focused on the long-term goal of being a part of your son or daughter's lives and any grandchildren's lives, your friends' lives. I know it's a difficult situation to be in, but the person that's living it, if you've lived it yourself, you know how to go about it much better because you know how you felt at that time when people were telling you things or when you were isolated from people. If you haven't lived it, you need to learn about the narcissistic personality disorder so that you know the kinds of people that you're dealing with so that you can help that loved one the best you can. Stay strong, stay focused. Anyone with any advice going through the same situation, please do add it in the comments because that one bit of advice might just help somebody else, and this is all about everybody coming together to help each other out, to recover from this, move forward to much happier, more peaceful lives. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.